Hey there, health champions. Today we're going to talk about foods that can help fight cancer. We're going to learn about the best foods to help starve cancer cells. But first, we need to understand what cancer cells like to eat. If we want to starve cancer, we need to know what fuels it. The main thing that feeds cancer is sugar or glucose. There's something called the Warburg effect, which we'll talk about in a bit. Cancer cells also like inflammation, chemicals that can cause cell changes, and things that damage cells. When our bodies are weak, we can't fight off cancer very well. Normally, our bodies get rid of bad cells, but if our immune system isn't working properly, cancer can grow. There are also some problems with hormones that can cause cancer, and our gut health is really important, because if our gut bacteria aren't balanced, it can affect all of these things. It's important to know that there's no magic food that will get rid of cancer. We need to avoid the things that make cancer worse. Then we can eat foods that help our bodies stay strong and healthy. The Warburg effect shows that cancer cells like sugar more than normal cells. They come from our own cells, but they change and act differently. They like to use sugar for energy. There are two ways cells can make energy: glycolysis and oxidative phosphorylation, OXPHOS. OXPHOS needs oxygen, but glycolysis doesn't. Sugar can be used in both ways, but fat can only be used with oxygen. Normal cells usually use OXPHOS because we have oxygen, but cancer cells like to use glycolysis. OXPHOS is more efficient, but glycolysis is faster. Cancer cells want to grow quickly, so they like glycolysis. If we eat a lot of sugar, we're giving cancer cells their favorite food, which helps them grow fast. The more aggressive the cancer, the more sugar it wants. That's why doctors use sugar to see cancer cells on scans. The fastest growing cells take up the most sugar. So if we want to starve cancer, we need to eat a low-carb diet. Some people even eat a ketogenic diet. Here are some examples of good foods: avocados, leafy greens, vegetables that aren't starchy, extra virgin olive oil, butter, coconut oil, meat, fish, chicken, nuts and seeds, mushrooms. These foods are all low in carbs and don't raise blood sugar. They also help with other things that can cause cancer. Inflammation is a big problem for cancer. We need to eat foods that reduce inflammation. Low-carb foods are good for this. Garlic, turmeric, and ginger are also good for reducing inflammation. Berries, fatty fish, and broccoli are also helpful. Our bodies need to get rid of harmful chemicals. The liver does this. We need to take care of our liver by eating a low-carb, low-sugar diet. Cruciferous vegetables, tomatoes, garlic, and eggs are good for the liver. Some foods can help our immune system fight off cancer. Garlic, ginger, mushrooms, and bell peppers are good examples. Hormones can also play a role in cancer. Estrogen and insulin are two important hormones. We need to keep our insulin levels balanced. Broccoli is good for balancing estrogen levels. Healthy fats, like those found in fatty fish, olive oil, and avocados, are also important for hormone balance. We need to eat foods that help protect our cells from damage. These foods have antioxidants. Berries, dark chocolate, green tea, turmeric, tomatoes, and pomegranates are all good sources of antioxidants. Our gut health is very important for our overall health. It affects our immune system, inflammation, and hormones. We need to eat foods that are good for our gut. Fermented foods like sauerkraut, kimchi, yogurt, and kefir are good for our gut bacteria. Prebiotic foods like asparagus, onions, garlic, leeks, leafy greens, and cruciferous vegetables feed the good bacteria in our gut. Processed foods are bad for our health. They're high in sugar and white flour, which raise blood sugar and cause inflammation. They also contain chemicals that can damage our cells and weaken our immune system. Processed foods can also mess up our hormones and gut health. We should eat mostly real food. If you see a long list of ingredients on a food label, it's probably not good for you. Pay attention to what you eat and choose real food whenever possible.